Nimitz-class aircraft carrier U.S. Navy's $8.5 billion. B-3 aircraft carriers continue to be the centerpiece of the force necessary for operating forward in times of crisis. The first question leaders ask is, where are the carriers of 10? The presence of an aircraft carrier has deterred potential adversaries from striking against U.S. interests. Aircraft carriers support and operate aircraft that engage in attacks on airborne, afloat, and ashore targets which threaten the free use of the sea. They also participate in sustained power projection operations in support of U.S. and coalition forces. The aircraft carrier and its strike group also engage in maritime city operations to interdict threats to merchant shipping and prevent the use of the seas for terrorism and piracy. Aircraft carriers also provide unique capabilities for disaster response and humanitarian assistance. The Nimitz-class aircraft carrier consists of 10 carriers, serving as the ultimate symbol of the United States superpower status. These formidable vessels stand as true behemoths, representing unparalleled weapons platforms that outshine all their nearest rivals, the aircraft carriers in this class are the USS Nitz, USS Dwight D. Howard, USS Carl Vinson, USS Theodore Roosevelt, USS Abraham Lincoln, USS George Washington, John Stennis, USS Harry Truman, USS Ronald Reagan, and USS George H.W. Bush. The lead ship of the U.S. class U.S. Nitz, nicknamed Salt, was commissioned in May 1975, named after Admiral Chester Nimitz, who ruled the U.S. Navy through World War II, and the last of the class, U.S. George A. Bush, was commissioned in January 2009 at 1,092 ft. The Nimitz-class supercarriers are more than 3 times the length of a football field, and with a crew complement of over 5,000 members, they're essentially floating cities. All the ships of the class are powered by 2 of 4 nuclear reactors, housed in separate compartments. Their reactors produce heat through nuclear fission, which heats water to produce steam. These are then passed through 4 turbines, which are then shared by the 2 reactors. A jarbox transmits power to 4 propellers, hafts producing a maximum speed of over 30 knots and a maximum power of 260,000 bra. Key horsepower: the turbines power the 4 bronze propellers, each with a diameter of 25 feet and a weight of 66,000 pounds. Behind these are the 2 rudders, which are 29 thigh and 22 feet long as a result of nuclear power. The ships are capable of operating continuously for over 20 years without refueling, and are predicted to have a service life of over 50 years. These warships, which have a displacement of 104,000 tons, were all built by Huntington Ingalls Industries Newport News Shipbuilding based in Virginia. A tonic cost of approximately $8.5 billion. Carrier air wing. Of course, the aerial strength of a carrier lies in its air wing during the Cold War. Viewers, carrier air wings were larger than today's in the 1980s. A typical carrier air wing consisted of 2 squadrons of 12 F-14 Tomcat air superiority fighters, 2 squadrons of 12 F-18 Hornet multi-role fighters, 1 squadron of 10 S-6 Intruder attack bombers, 1 squadron of 4 to 6 E-2 Hawkeye airborne early warning and control planes, 103A Viking anti-submarine planes, 1 squadron of 4 EA-6B Prowler electronic warfare planes, and a squadron of 6-3 anti-submarine helicopters. Slight variations from carrier to carrier and cruise to cruise. The average Nimitz-class carrier during the Cold War carried between 85 to 90 aircraft today. The carrier air wing looks quite different. Its composition is designed to enable broad striking power hundreds of miles from the carrier's position, while also providing defense in depth for the battle group through the early warning and detection of airborne surface and subsurface targets. The current U.S. Navy carrier air wing comprises 4 strike fighter squadrons, each with 10 R-12A-88E Super Hornets or 3 Super Hornet squadrons and 1 10 aircraft squadron off 35 Lightning II totaling over 40 strike fighters. The air wing also includes 1 electronic attack squadron, which is composed of 7 EA-18 Growlers. Additionally, there's 1 carrier airborne early warning squadron equipped with 4 TUSA Hawkeyes, or 5 E-2D advanced Hawkeyes. The air wing further includes 1 helicombat squadron with 8 H-60s Seahawks and 1 helicopter maritime strike. Drawn with 11 H-60R Seahawks with 3 to 5 of them typically based in detachments on other ships of the carrier strike group of fleet logistics support. Squadron detachment comprised of 2 C-2A Greyhounds is also part of the air wing. In 2021, the new CMV-22B Osprey from the newly established Fleet Logistics Mission Squadron detachments began to replace the Greyhound's Nimitz defensive systems. In addition to the aircraft they carry, Nimitz-class aircraft carriers are armed with various sophisticated weapon systems. Among these are 2 or 3 Mark 29 guided missile launching systems. Each of these systems is capable of launching either RIM-162 Evolved Sea Sparrow missile or RIM-7 Sea Sparrow missile. Additionally, Nimitz-class carriers are equipped with 3 or 4 20mm Fink 6-barreled Mark 15 close-in weapon system WIS installations. These automated gun systems are designed to engage and destroy close-in threats with a remarkable rate of fire of 3,000 rounds per minute. Viewers, they're essential components of the carrier's defense mechanism, ensuring rapid and effective responses to incoming threats. Carriers also featured 2 Mark 49 guided missile launching systems, with each capable of launching RIM-106 rolling airframe missiles. RAM is a quick reaction fire and forget missile system used for close-end defense against anti-ship missiles. Furthermore, the carriers are equipped with Mark 38 25mm machine gun systems, which provide additional close-end defense and are used for engaging surface threats, especially enemy swimmers and fast surface craft. NIM-class carrier strike group. When an aircraft carrier deploys, it takes a carrier strike group CSG, made up of several other warships and supply vessels that allow the operation to be carried out. The armament of the Nimitz class is made up only of short-range defensive weapons used as a last line of defense against enemy missiles and aircraft. As with all surface ships and aircraft carriers, particularly vulnerable to attack from below, specifically from submarines, an aircraft carrier is the expensive, hard-to-replace, and strategically valuable asset, and therefore it logically has immense value as a target due to their high value as targets. And vulnerability, aircraft carriers are always accompanied by at least 1 submarine for protection. The other vessels in the strike group offer additional capabilities such as long-range Tomahawk missiles or the Aegis combat system and provide a defense against potential threats. Typical strike group may consist of the following: in addition to an aircraft carrier, up to 6 surface combat ants, including guided missile cruisers and guided missile destroyers, primarily used for anti-aircraft warfare and anti-submarine warfare, as well as frigates warship prior to their retirement from the United States Navy service. When the Navy commissions a new Constellation-class frigate, they'll once again accompany carrier strike groups. Also part of the group are 1 or 2 attack submarines for the purpose of locating and neutralizing hostile surface ships and submarines, as well as an ammunition, oiler, and supply ship provided by Military Sealift Command to offer logistical support. The numbers and types of vessels comprising each strike group can vary from group to group based on deployments, missions, and availability. The end of an era pre-planning for the deactivation of the USS Nimitz. Currently, the United States' oldest active aircraft carrier is beginning. Nimitz-class carriers were initially designed to have a 50-year service life. At the end of their service life, ships will be decommissioned. This process will first take place on Nimitz and is estimated to cost from $750 to $900 million. This compares with an estimated $53 million for a conventionally powered carrier. Viewers, most of the difference in cost is attributed to the deactivation of the nuclear power plant and the safe removal of radioactive material and other contaminated equipment. According to the schedules outlined in the Navy's long-range shipbuilding plan submitted to U.S. Congress in March 2023, it now appears that the USS Nimitz will be retired in 2026. Previously, reports indicated that the offloading process would begin in 2025, with the official inactivation of the vessels scheduled for 2027. Following the retirement of the USS Nimitz, the USS Dwight D. Eisenhower is expected to retire the following year. Other Nimitz-class aircraft carriers are also waiting for their turn to be retired. Farewell. The Navy plans toward Nimitz-class carriers with the Gerald R. Ford-class carriers on a 1-for-1 basis over the next 3 decades. Thanks for watching my video till the end. Subscribe for more informative information about military.